Welcome to another episode of Big Al's Big Tips.
Hello, everybody. It's Big Al with some more talk on War of Nova. So, on this one, I'm going to do a season update. And it's not really a full season. So, the developers had made a new server, and we were able to transfer some people over and then invite people cross servers, which is a very nice feature. So that if your friends get lost or join the wrong server, you can cross server invite them. At least the leaders can. But it's not going to be a full season. As you can see up here, you have an hourglass with 5 days, 6 hours. Um, Let me show you the season to start with. We are on just chapter 6. So as you can see, it has not been a full season. I mean, how many chapters are there? 12? And we're halfway through. And usually with the chapters, that doesn't take the full time of the season to do with any of these games. So, but what they're doing is they are going to be putting pretty much merging all the current servers, from my understanding. They're going to merge all the current servers into one. That way they can get their people in there. And the reason for that is, let me show you the leaderboards. I'm going to go to top factions. As you can see, our faction's 1.4 influence. The next one is under 900,000. So you have a couple in the 800s, you have one in 700,000, and then the rest are a lot smaller. So this way they can get a full server, we can get a competitive server. There hasn't been much war. There's been, mostly testing and friendly PvP, those kind of things. Which Retired Platypus has been one very good guy, and this Mad King Crypto have been very good about testing some of Vanguards, some of our guys, and we're all new here. We're Neon is from Rise to War. We all started here, what, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I mean, you do have your affluence leaders, couple from Bitch, Chaos, Neon, Doom, Boop. I'm down in 53rd. Okay. If I had to guess, I would say we're, I don't know, 18 days into the server. No, we can't be that long because we haven't been. I don't think we've been playing that long. I don't know. But so as you can see, there, those were the leaderboards. Here's the map. As you can see, Vanguard, Terra, Arcos, Eldarin, Omega, Stonar, Tyrannus, and Ogrox. So everybody has some starting kingdoms. Well, planets, areas, territories, whatever you want to call them. A few have moved out and taken the first pass and have ventured out and taken another planet base, whatever you want to call it. Ogrox, us, Stonar has, Tyrannus has, and the rest of them are a lot smaller. So it's going to be nice with this new server. Um, as you can see on our map, let me go ahead and go back into it and zoom on it. Here you have a crossing between us and Ogrox when we are Vanguard. It's been basically just friendly PvP. I mean, as you can see, it's not a big pin. There was a little bit more before, and I think there's a small pin over here as well. And I think that's about it for pins. It's definitely been learning. Everybody has been learning. Pretty much going back to the roots, where you have to in order to take a tile, you have to be connected to that tile. So I would have to, let me zoom in. I would have to take these 3 tiles to connect it in order for me to take this tile. So, with that being said, you need a lot of ships. You need fighting ships, you need tiling ships, and you just need pathing ships as well. So, my take on War of Nova so far has been mostly positive. Not gonna lie, the space theme has been hard for me to grasp. Um, that is definitely a lot different than Rise to War. Getting used to the ships and the officers. The officers act as the gear. It has been a little bit rough, but I'm trying and I'm giving it a shot. But the developers here have been great. They have been in communication with people. They understand that we're all trying to learn. That's why they made this new server. Now this is also why they're making this other server. Now that everyone's had time to, get the basics down. So that's a very good thing. They have awarded gold a few times trying to help kickstart us new players that just came over from Rise to War in the last few weeks. They've been open about, they know that there's a lot of bugs. They've been open about trying to fix them. They've been open with the ideas that a lot of Rise to War players have given them. So I'm willing, even though I'm having a really hard time with the space theme, I'm willing to give it a shot because the developers have been great. Um, Couple things, you have these crossings. That's one of the things. The map is trying to zoom out on the map sometimes isn't the best. But you have these crossings, and just like in Rise to War, they unlock after certain season phases. You have a whole bunch of different ships that you own and that you have to unlock. You have a good side and a bad side, good and evil. So come give this game a shot. It's only been open since May, so what are we talking? 5 months? 6 months? And they've definitely got a good start. They have some things that Rise to War didn't. They're missing some things, but they're working on it. So wanted to give everybody a heads up on where we are at in the season. I mean, like I said, we're not far into the season and we're about to start another one because they want to merge it and have more players inside of one so it's not so empty. So, like I said, good things. Leaderboards we went over already. Top guilds, that's the one I wanted to look at. And there's a few in here that have played, have been playing War of Nova, and there's some that are just new from Rise to War. But I wanted to click through so everybody can see the names. You know, Fire, I'm pretty sure that's from Rise to War. Haha, I know is from Rise to War, and it's only a few people. Ring, same thing. Step. You got Whip, Lord of the Warriors of Lord of the Rings. Oh, I wish I could see who was in there. So that's one player. HOFD, House of Durin. So, and some people are kind of put off by the fact that we just got thrown into the server, but now we're going to get thrown into another. The devs are doing this to help us. So keep that in mind. It's also going to get more people into a server to where those people that only have, a few members inside their guild, they can migrate and merge into these other teams. Because, frankly, that's one thing that we are lacking is the experience of the game. We are all learning this brand new. We are the big team in the server, but we are learning brand new. I think Ograx has quite a few players that have been playing, so they have, higher ship levels, things like that. But our numbers would win that war, I think. So, just wanted to give a little update on the status of War of Nova from my perspective. I am hoping I'm hoping to get permissions on the Discord to start being able to post my videos in there. Um, as everyone knows, just like in Rise to War, if you have questions, you can email me. You can message me on Discord. You can message me in game. I'm probably not going to know the answers, but if I don't, I will try to find an answer for you. I'm always willing to help. because I'm still learning this as well. And I'm going to be making a couple other videos today on, little like season tips and starting tips, things like that that have worked out for me, that I've seen others do. That makes a lot of sense. So that's just what I wanted to do the update on. I can give you a little update on my ships. Emberhelm is the good side. It's a rare ship, so it's very easy to get. It is awesome. It is amazing inside PvE. I don't know how well it's going to stand up in PvP, but that's that. I have Hammerhead, which I got up to level 32, and it's my epic ship. And it's the first one that I got that wasn't rare. I've had Emberhelm, Hammerhead, Sylph, Radiant, and Resolute. I started opening up evil chests 2 days ago, and I've already gotten two new ships, and one of them's a legendary ship. So how great is that? Radiant is great for Siege, and there's been reports that it's actually pretty good for PvE as well. Um, Sylph does some damage for PvE, but it's going to take some losses. Hammerhead seems to be doing okay for PvE. Resolute I just use as a pather. I am looking forward to starting to use Dark Fang to see how it is PvE, because I know at one point it was really great at PvE, but then some of the bugs got fixed because it had some bugs that worked in its favor. And then Dominus is the legendary ship. Looking forward to trying that one out as well. As far as officers go, I have thankfully started to get a good stock of officers. I still got to figure out which ones are best to start upgrading, enhancing. Like I have this wolf one, I've got the 3 stars. That's blue. On the purples and the golds, you can enhance and then you can also augment, which strengthens these. But also, when you're using them, you can change their augmentation, meaning their skills. Like this one's close range strikecraft. This one is against target, 50% chance to lower defense. So when I have these together later on, I can actually change which skill that it's going to be using without breaking it down or anything like that. I've got quite a few engineers, as you can see. And then support officers are a little bit more rare. They're like the accessories in Rise to War. It was a lot more common to get a weapon or an armor than it was the accessories. So I've only gotten 3, but luckily they are epic. I don't know. I'm assuming there's going to be blue and green also in the support category. But luckily I've gotten these 3, and they seem to be working decently. So that's my update, my thoughts on War of Nova. So, as always, make the most out of what you got.